It's on. It's on. Hey everyone, thank you for coming today. My name is Julie Miller. I'm going to be the facilitator for this meeting today. And as you know, this is a meeting that for siblings of nonverbal children with autism. So, and the purpose of today is an educational type group. And what we're going to do is learn about an app that you guys have downloaded on your iPads here and on your phone. I have my phone here too. It's called Proloquo to Go. I'm somewhat familiar with it, and what I'm going to try to do is teach you guys today how to use it so you can better communicate with your sibling, and you can also teach your sibling to other ways to use it as well. So what I want to do first, kind of an icebreaker, is for everybody to go around. We're going to go around and introduce ourselves. And what I'd like for you to do is also share about your sibling. If you want to do however much you're comfortable sharing is great. Everything here is confidential. It won't leave this room. So if you guys want to tell me, share about anything, or if you want to ask questions of the other people that are here, if they're comfortable answering it, they can. You have paper and pencil if you want to take notes. So I just want to keep it kind of relaxed and easy, so we'll start with you.
Okay, hey, I'm Michelle Krause, and I have an 8-year-old brother that's autistic, and it's really hard. It's hard on my parents, and it's hard on myself, and I have an older sister. But what's really hard is when we go to school and we're being teased by other kids because of the way, he acts and stuff like that. So I want to be able to help him communicate, and then in turn that'll help me and my parents, and probably get kids to understand.
Right. Well, thank you for sharing, and that you're right. Kids can be very cruel to other kids. So thank you for sharing. So you want to share?
Oh, my name's Steve Miller.
Sorry. I don't know if that's in the video. Okay, pretend that didn't happen. I'm sorry.
My name's Steve Miller, and I have a twin brother named Zane that has autism. And what's remarkable is that I don't have autism and he does. So I'm always there for him, but since he can't speak, even though we communicate pretty well and I have to translate for my parents, sometimes I'm not there, and sometimes when he's at school and things, he needs to be able to speak to someone without me being there. So we wanted something like this that would give him the ability to communicate easier, especially to people like doctors and things when he can't tell them what's wrong with him, or an emergency situation. So.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Okay.
I'm Nancy, and I'm 16, and I have a brother, Jack, who is 8, and he has autism, and he's nonverbal. And I get really frustrated because sometimes he wants to tell me things, or he wants to play with me, or he has some needs, and I don't know what he wants. And
sure.
Sometimes I can kind of figure it out, but sometimes I can't. And then when I can't, he gets really upset with me. And then everybody's upset. My parents are upset, and I'm upset, and my brother Jack is upset. So
Right.
I'd like to learn how to be able to talk to him.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for sharing. I know this is a very personal thing. I know it can be difficult to live. I also have a sibling with autism, so I know kind of how it feels. I don't know exactly how it feels. Everybody's situation is different, but that's why I chose to do this class, is to help, because I know how isolating it can be and how frustrating it can be, and there's a lot of emotions that go with that. So what I want to do is just kind of introduce you to what this is. And this software, again, it's called Proloquo to Go, and it was developed for not just kids with autism, but any kids that have even speech issues, stroke victims, all kinds of stuff, that people that have had issues with communications. Sorry. But it can, but it's used highly with school systems and individuals, where they can use it with their students, and then they can send it home with the families or whatever, so they can better communicate. Because like Steve said, often these children, and y'all know, that they can't just say how they're feeling, if their stomach hurts, if they have a headache, if they're frustrated, and usually that comes out in a way that is either anger and can be frustrating, but or as anxiety. So this hopefully will help you guys be able to communicate. So I'm just going to play a little bit of what it says, and y'all can see.
Continue from requesting. I want chips to full communication.
I will say what I think.
With full bilingual support.
Those. I will say what I think. Apples.
Welcome to Perloquo2Go.
So what that is and y'all see that on your screens is that there are little buttons that you can touch, and those buttons you can customize. You can use them to make sentences, or just there are actually even emotion buttons on there that if you touch it, it will just say sad or angry.
How many languages does it come in?
I don't know. There's a bunch. It says it's fully whatever, so I think it's anyone you'll ever need. I'm sure. I think you'll be covered. So, but like I said, you can use it for the most basic stuff. So where they can just communicate and say, I'm hungry, and it's easy to go from screen to screen, and then it can, you can actually spell with it as well. There's a different screen that you can go to where you can spell it out. So say they wanted to tell you about a friend or a teacher or something at school. So you would say, you could touch, there's a button for my, and they could say my teacher name, and either they can spell it out, or they can use even a face icon for teacher. So they could say, my, touch the teacher, and it'll say teacher for them, or they can spell it out. Typically these kids, as y'all know, with autism, these children can be either very low functioning, where they have to be cared for all the time, but it sounds like, and we'll share about this a little bit in a minute, it sounds like you guys, that your siblings are intelligent and know what's going on. They just have trouble communicating. Some children, even if they had this software, they wouldn't be able to, because they just don't have the function, the mind function to be able to do that. So let's all try. I know you have yours on silent and it won't say anything, but if you see the screen and it says, let's say, I want to go outside. So what you would do is you would go to the first screen and you would touch I, and then you would see want. You just touch it, Steve. And then you swipe, and it will go to like the verbs and action words and things like that, and you say go, and then you can search, and again there should be one on there that says outside, but if it doesn't, you can customize it. There's a way there that you could make an icon and put it on there, and it will say outside. You can put a face on it, you can put a tree on it, or bird, or anything like that. That would help you do that. So, and then it says it as you do it, or there's a button there you see that you could push, and it will say the whole sentence again. So it's however you want to do that. You can even spell outside. So it's really easy. It's very user-friendly, very, very easy to use. It'll be easy for you. And I think with these kids, they all like electronics. They're all gonna like using that. They probably already have an iPad. So it'll be fun for them, and they'll experiment with it. And you'll find that it will be something that they want to customize, because it's like their voice. Even though that you're not hearing that voice, it's like this is now their voice. So they want it to be like that. So, and they'll want it to have kind of their personality. A lot of times kids like this, you miss out on their personality because they don't, they're not able to express themselves. So, okay, is that 9 minutes?
9:45.
Okay, let's stop it. We're gonna stop for our first 10 minutes.